TV. Today we're joined for morning coffee by the CEO of Santoni, Giuseppe Santoni. Good morning, Giuseppe.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us. And to kick things off, can you talk us through your morning routine?
I mean, usually I wake up around 6:45, and then I go to the gym, and 1 hour, and then by 8:15, 8:30, I'm in the office. That's usually my routine. And then I start in the office, reading all the emails, or start to meet some quick meetings, and then my day starts.
And what do you think sets Santoni apart from the other brands?
I mean, to be honest, what we prove through the years is that everybody talks about quality. We really have quality. So we stand for quality, we stand for details, we stand for unique design and very sophisticated design, but on the same time, we are one of the very, very, very few brands that can say without any compromise that we still use the best quality, the best technique, and the best technology to produce shoes. And this is something quite unique, because in the fashion industry, either you find brands that are very powerful, very strong, very marketing oriented, but of course they don't have the focus on production and quality anymore, because they really don't even produce anymore. Or you have small factory, small laboratories, which make really excellence, very small production, very limited number of pieces in a good quality, in a high quality. And Santoni, the uniqueness of Santoni is that we compromise the two elements, being a brand, international, global brand, well known for men's and ladies shoes and casual, that still produce everything in the house. So we didn't expand ourselves, let other producer making our shoes, but we expand our production field.
And how important do you think craftsmanship is today?
I mean, craftsmanship is culture. To be honest, we try to keep this very clear in our mind anytime and every day. And for us, the big challenge is to maintain this philosophy, because we have craftsmanship, we have a very expert craft, and we upgrade them to almost artists. So we create inside our factory, inside our office, a school where we hire new talent, new artisan, new hands. But we need to have smart hands, and we need to have hands connected to the brain, because what we do on the shoes is nothing repetitive, is nothing mechanic, is nothing automatic, but it's something that you do after your eye see what you have to do, and your brain elaborate how to do it, because every shoes is a different story. Every style is a different model. Every leather is a different story. So you really need to know how to react with the shoes in front of you, which is never the same, and which is never repetitive, because in our case, as I told you, even if we have a nice amount of production, we customize everything. So we are one of the few, or if not the only brand, that can guarantee customized product.
Amazing.
Because we produce one by one.
No two pairs are ever the same.
Yes.
Amazing. And how important do you think storytelling is when you're creating shoes today?
I mean, the man through the years always loved to hear stories. And I think the storytelling is the emotion. And you need to tell what you do in order to explain people, because sometimes people, when they look at the shoes, they don't understand how come that the shoes is so beautiful, the color is so deep, the leather is so fantastic, the construction is so resistant, and maybe the shoes is so comfortable, because there is really behind a lot of handwork and a lot of research, a lot of elaboration that, again, very smart hands has to do it, because one element that we really look at our workers is that we are not using only workers, we are using artisan.
Yeah.
Artisan is always someone that use their hand but connected with their brain. And we also have some artists, meaning men that use their hand, their brain, and their heart. Because when it comes to creation, when it comes to new color, when it comes to new construction, you really need to use people that they don't come to work just for the salary, but they come to work because they are proud
Yeah.
to be part of the Santoni family, and because they are proud to know that we are unique, we are the only one that can produce and can make typical Santoni shoes in a way that all the other brands cannot.
Okay. And what do you think's been the biggest achievement for Santoni so far?
I think the biggest achievement I give to myself is that I transform a very good manufacturer to an international brand, and to a brand that has the respect of the final consumer, that has the attention and the visibility worldwide, men's and women, because also we grow and we are growing very much with the ladies line, which is produced with the same philosophy, but of course with different designers and different also technical, because men's shoes and ladies shoes, two different worlds.
Yeah. Okay. And tell me, what's your first memory of shoemaking?
I mean, I start to be around my father since I was a child. And to be honest, my father has always been my example and my hero. And since I was a child, because I basically grew up in the factory, because we just live upstairs to the factory when I was a child. So my father has always been my example, and this gives me a lot of confidence, and because I really know shoes, I really know technical aspect of the shoes, which is not typical of a CEO of a president. And but to produce such technical product, if you are not technical, then you really sometimes cannot take the right decision, because when it comes to leather, design, sometimes color or construction, if you know if that possible or not, you don't even know how to achieve maybe the profit and loss, because maybe you produce something that nobody will buy, or you produce something in a quality that nobody will pay. So that's very important, because quality and price is also important. And I think another very good point of Santoni is the value for money, which means that Santoni product is definitely expensive, but the value for money is unbelievable.
What do you think is the biggest challenge that you face today at Santoni?
I mean, I have few. I have many challenges in my mind, but I mean, the most important is definitely to develop ladies' business bigger than men business. At the moment, almost the same, but we believe that the ladies' business can be much bigger.
Yeah.
And another big challenge for us is the Asian market, China. We're very strong in Japan, we're very strong in Korea, but China is a new market, also because Chinese customers at the moment they're more focused on brands and logo and less on quality. So we just need to wait that they get that their education will allow them to perceive and appreciate and understand the Santoni philosophy.
You need to tell them the story.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what would you still like to achieve with Santoni?
I mean, I would love to get Santoni become a global brand and a lifestyle brand, which I think we have all the characteristics and we have all the philosophy behind, because the product and the heritage of the brand is so strong. But we need to let people know about our vision and about our quality philosophy.
Okay. All right, now we're going to ask a few questions about you, Giuseppe. So the first one is, who inspires you the most?
My father has always been a big example, because he's a very hard worker, he's a visionary, and he established the philosophy of quality in our company.
Okay. And do you have a personal and professional motto that you live by?
Never give up.
The same for both?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
That's my motto every day. So,
Okay. And if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be?
don't listen the other, listen yourself.
Okay. And what would you tell yourself 10 years from now?
If you don't stop listening the other, then you're going to be in trouble.
And how would you describe your style?
I would say classic contemporary, a little dandy, but not too much. I like details. I like to play with little things, but I'm usually always very classic, and I always wear a jacket. When I go to work, I usually wear ties. So, but I like to play with cufflinks, suspensor, socks, shoes.
Always good shoes.
Yes.
And what do you say no to?
I say no to people which are not original. I don't like to work and be surrounded by people that are not original, that they repeat things that doesn't make sense. So I want to spend my time and share my business with people that are visionary, that they understand, that they have an original point of view in order to make it better.
Okay. Are you reading a book at the moment?
Yes, very, very interesting. It's from Ray Dalio.
Okay.
It's called Principles, which means there is like Princess of Success.
Okay.
So Ray Dalio is an unbelievable money management in New York, and he did unbelievable. So it's someone that I really believe is very visionary.
Okay. And for a final question, how would you like the world to remember you?
Exactly what I'm doing. I like what I'm doing. I like what I am, and I really feel that I believe that this quality philosophy and this quality vision will bring Santoni to the next level.
Giuseppe, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.